Hello. I'm here. And it's another wonderful evening along the Mississippi River. And it's just great. uh, I took a ride earlier on my motorcycle because I don't want to pickle. I just want to ride my motorcycle. That's right. And those of you who are old like me will remember that song. And have a chuckle because it was a funny song. It was fun. And Arlo Guthrie. Uh, but it is just hot here today in Iowa. And it is a bit sultry of an evening. There's not even a goddamn breeze out here. So a bit sultry, I'd say. And so, anyway, tonight on Ask Madam, you might pose the question, what are we going to talk about? No, it's let's see. Just telling someone who is sending me messages that pardon me, but I am live right now. So what I'll do is go to my live show here and invite some folks in because it's Monday night again, and I hope everyone had a super de duper Monday. You know, it's Monday. And so here we go. Go into that and then turn the volume down so it's not all hinky. Oh, I don't know. It might be hinky anyway, but here we are. So then I'm going to share this and see if anyone wants to come and hang out. And we do have one hanger outer. It is Things Network. Right. Hey, thanks. And we'll send some invitations here to my loyal watchers and listeners. I think I got a mosquito on my back. There's mosquitoes out here. I did spray. So, they, but they'll be back, I'm sure. And there we go. And well, there we go. Now I get some people maybe to come and hang out with us. And I do live tarot if you guys are interested in having a reading. I would be glad to do that for anyone. Just say something in the comments, which I suppose I should go look at. There we go. All right. So, oh, wait. Oh, no. Okay, they're there. All right. So, anything you guys would like to ask, madam, or if you would like a tarot reading, then that's fine. I'll leave that over there. Over there. I love that song. I don't know who does it, but it's so funny. Over there. Or right there, or something like that. Where's she at? Right there. Oh, the mosquitoes are coming in. I have Cutter. I think it's Deep Woods Cutter. But anyway, I bought this. Feeding your inner child is important. And so I got this at the dollar store. It's awesome. And it's got pink glitter inside, and it bounces very well. And when you bounce it, it comes on. So it's pretty cool. And okay, Kitty says she would like a reading. So let's do that. Let me set my ball aside there. Um, and then I'll push this back just a tad because I need to do this. I spilled a drink just before I came on the air, so I was still trying to kind of get everything good because I don't want to put the cards in that. Okay, I think I'm good. I think we are dandy. Put that over there, and oh, got this at the dollar store too. It's like this. It's you ready? I love it. Um, and it's so quiet. There's a lot of peepers out tonight. I don't know if you guys can hear all the peeping, but yeah, it's loud. And I wore my glasses and I got a flashlight so I can see the book because I have been doing this quite some time, but I still use the book just to kind of, you know, either remind myself or, kind of just validate that, oh, okay, yeah, you are reading that correctly. So I still use the book. I have a crutch. And so, that being said, Kitty, this really is for entertainment. And, if any of it rings true with you, that's awesome. And if any of what I tell you is what you think is good advice, that's great. But really, it is just for entertainment. So I don't want you to sell the farm or, you know, put all your money in whatever because I said something, the cards indicated something or the other. But, and I try to always be helpful, with things like, constructive criticism with everything because, if you just complain about stuff or whatever and you don't help people to get answers, um, they don't, they can't, it's always going to be the same, you know. So, hopefully, did you have a question or did you just want like a general reading? Well, and like yes, no sort of thing. But otherwise, I'll just do general reading. We'll do past, present, future. So, here we go, Kitty. Uh, Past is the Hanged Man. Present is it's the Five of Swords, and then the future is the Nine of Swords. So let's read that and see what's up. And I'm going to put these in the box. I like to put my cards back in their little box, the ones I'm not reading. That way they can be nice and safe in there. All right, so Kitty, your past. Um, let's see. In the past, or like recent past, you have the opportunity to see your situation from a new perspective, getting curious about what you can learn from this forced waiting period will lead to new spiritual insight. So surrender to what is happening and find peace during these moments of inactivity until the time for action is right. So, but this was your recent past. So, um, uh, let's see, waiting will yield better results in career and money too. So hopefully, let's see. Hopefully your waiting is over because let's see what we got here with the Five of Swords. Um, well, it says it's time for you to lay down the past and put it to rest and release old grudges so you can move on and focus on reaching a compromise after a conflict. And you may feel intuitively guided to forgive someone and create closure. Even if you do not speak directly to that person, you can set yourself free by forgiving someone in your own mind and heart. So that's for now. Like right now. So if you've had conflict with someone, try and put all that to rest and put it in the past. And there are some rituals, some like full moon rituals and things that you can do to kind of let go of stuff like that. I had to. Believe me, it was tough, but I did, and now I don't dwell on it anymore, and I don't keep going back to it, and so you have to kind of let conflicts go, and if they're not there to forgive, you can still forgive them, because forgiveness is, from you, And whether or not they even receive it, it's still, in your heart that you let it go. So then the last one is your future card, and it is the nine of swords. I might have to cut and run, you guys. Like grab the computer and run away. There are so many stupid mosquitoes out here right now. It's not even funny. And I do have Cutter on. Maybe I could spray a little more bug spray. But then they make me mad. It's like, this is my spot. Go away. Nine of Swords. Okay, so then the flashlight. Okay, so Nine of Swords, and it is reversed. So it says that it carries deeper tone of, oh no. Have you been feeling depressed? Or, I mean, is there something that's like, been weighing heavily on you? Like somebody did something crappy to you and you're having trouble forgiving them and letting go of it. And it's starting to make you feel depressed. Because that's kind of where I see your card reading. But that, you can overcome any of that, and just by, be gentle with yourself, and don't expect to be, Miss Jolly right away. But honestly, and if you need someone to talk to, feel free. You can contact me at the skeleton key witches at gmail.com anytime. And if you ever need anyone, we're always there. And I mean that. So, but you're in the future, things are gonna get better. They're gonna look up, but just take time for yourself too. Be kind to yourself. Take time to, regenerate your spirit, and before you take on anything big. So, but healing's there, and blessed be. And then a love reading. Okay, so um, I don't know if I specifically do love readings, but I can kind of lean that way. So let me grab the cards, and there's an awful lot of mosquitoes out here. I may have to run, but we'll see. I'm not running yet. I hate running from something that's so freaking tiny. It's not even funny. Well, that's the thing that's going to get the human race. The thing that's just a tiny little thing. Okay, got that. Okay, got it. Now we'll get those in, and I'm going to set these down. Yes, it was an interesting weekend here at Mayhem Manor, and it was fun, and got to see some people I hadn't seen for a really long time. So it was like, old home week, sort of. There's a few people, and it was fun. And I'm going to grab the bug spray, and I'm going to spray myself down. So I got long sleeves and long pants. Go away, bugs, go. Oh, there's a bazillion of them out here. I can't believe I wouldn't. I thought, oh no, I'll spray and they'll go away and they'll just be fine. Oh dear. How long have I lived here? I do have a hat on though, so they can't bite my head. They're terrible. I think that's probably something that I could write, a horror story about, is mosquitoes. Currently getting to know someone but feeling uncertain, and I can tell you that's not uncommon. When you get to know somebody, you just don't know. And my best advice there is to take time. Take time to get to know them. Don't rush into anything. Don't rush into sex. Don't rush into, moving in together. Don't make any hasty decisions. And if you have to, it probably wasn't right for you. Because I think that, most people make mistakes in relationships because they didn't take the time to get to know that person before they, hurried into a relationship with them. And that's probably my best advice. Don't rush yourself. And if they leave, it's okay. there's there's other people out there, and if they leave because you set boundaries and you said I'm not willing to put up with that, then they needed to leave. And you will be so much happier and so much better off without people like that in your life. Don't compromise yourself for well, I'll say it, a man or a partner of any kind. Don't compromise your own self-worth for anyone. And it's just the person that's right for you will appreciate you, and they'll appreciate the person that you are, and they'll show it in 100 ways, if they're the person that you should be with. And so the cards are right on. Good, I'm glad. And so yeah, that's good. I'm glad if I can help you. And then okay, so then I think it's my. Here's your first card. This is your past, and then your present and future. And these are all things like that are like recent, not super far away past, I think that's the way I interpret it anyway. And so, so then you have I think it's Four of Swords, and it's upright. So you would like to know about your relationship that you're having now. So then let's see but how long have you been seeing this person? Is it worth being in? Okay. Oh, okay. Never mind. Another one. So this is Four of Swords. The swords, back here. No, that's wands. Swords, wands, you could club them, or you could, here we go. So as far as, okay. So taking a break, well, this was like from your recent past. Taking a break would do wonders, and then some time alone to evaluate your priorities and focus on yourself before diving back in. So then with the Three of Cups, let's see, it's reversed. Which is good advice, no matter who you are. Like, be sure to know who you are before you search for, someone to complete you. Be sure that you're at least halfway there. So then the Three of Cups says that, this is your current card. So have you been overindulging or partying too much? Or perhaps you're socializing too often and feeling drained. It also indicates tension in friendships, gossip, and boundary issues. Sometimes it can even point to an affair. Allow your intuition to guide you to do what feels true for you. So either, I don't know if it was maybe you or your partner that was partying a lot and hanging out. And so now there's some relationship issues over it, I think. And then let's see, the other one. And then, but you feel like, okay, the two, but you feel like you're kind of backed into a corner and can't really either make the decision to not be with this fellow, or that you feel like maybe, you can't rely on yourself to say, yes, it's time to go. You're not trusting your intuition. It may be preventing you from getting clear messages, so just make decisions aligned with your true self, and do what's best for you, and just make sure that you don't make decisions because you feel out of an obligation, or that you couldn't have financial freedom. to leave the person that you're with. So don't just yes, Chrissy, it is. But I have another one in front of you, so ahead of you. So okay, and I'm just finishing up with Bayo. So then that's my best advice to you. Do whatever it takes to be true to yourself. And I hope that helps you. And then now I'm going to grab the cards, and the next one is Theo. I didn't want to put that other card. It's there it is. All right, so stick that back in. Alrighty. So then we got Theo, and he would like to know if the relationship he's in is worth being in. So, and that's something that you will have to answer for yourself. But I'll see if I can, if the universe will tell us anything that would maybe be helpful when making that decision. So, my friend, I asked a similar question, is it time to leave? And she said, you'll know it's time to leave when sleeping in your car and showering at the truck stop so you can go to work looks better than the situation that you are in, then you for sure know it's time to leave. So, yes, Chrissy, you will be after Theo. So, Theo, I'm going to slap out 3 cards here for you: past, present, future. Okay, so then what I got for you is in the past, let's see, it's 7. Yeah, I took my glasses off. Now I can't see stuff. Hang on. 7. Okay. And don't be afraid to share my show with your friends or groups or whoever. That would be great. 7. Here we go. Yeah, somebody on a bike. Nice. I rode my motorcycle today, and it was very nice. Okay, so this one is, let's see. Ooh, okay. And you wanted to know about love and romance, and well, were you recently in a relationship that your partner was not honest with you? Because that's where I think this is coming up here. So then the 3 of wands. Let's get that one. 2. Okay, and then this one says you maybe have a delay in your plans. So it's frustrating and disappointing, but part of divine timing. And it may indicate there's a better solution available to you. So be flexible on things. And Theo, I would love to tell you anything about your mother, but I'm not really that kind of a reader. I'm more like just a card reader, and anything that the cards tell me, I can pass along. But you would probably need to see it like a medium for something like that, and I have some names of people that are very well equipped to help you. But you just send me a message to the skeletokey@gmail.com. And then, the end here, you were asking about this relationship, though, and I still have 5 of wands here, which is your future. And with that, I'm going to say it says you may feel inclined to date multiple people before committing to an exclusive relationship. So maybe you're feeling overwhelmed by relationship drama or the opinions of others about your love life. Ask what you're looking for in a relationship so you can cut out anything interfering with your desired outcome. So, just know what you want when you enter into a relationship. And, think of it as like, they're trying out for a part, they're part of your spouse. And so, you want to be sure and ask all the important questions. So, but yes, Theo, if I had to say based on these cards, I probably would seriously evaluate your current relationship and ask yourself if this is what you really want. So that's all I can say. And so we got Chrissy here, Chrissy Black, and she'd like to know about love life and things. And so I'm going to give these a shuffle. And then while I'm shuffling, uh, I'm gonna, I'd tell you all about my weekend, but the Things Network would not be very happy. So, but Wednesday night on Madam After Dark, I will talk a bit more about my weekend, and also and also share some things with you. Uh, about staying on your budget but having fun. So that's always important. So tune in to Madam After Dark on Wednesday if that interests you. Oh, and of course, there's always going to be rope. uh, wouldn't be Madam After Dark without some bit of rope tricks. So anyway, oh, you're welcome, Theo. For 9 months, yeah. Well, just ask yourself if you're on the right track and if this is really what you want, and because you've taken the time to ask yourself. A lot of people don't, they just get so wrapped up, in this meeting someone and it's all exciting, and then they look back and go, how did I ever even get with this person? Our goals are not the same, we don't want the same things in life, but here we are together, So I think you have to figure that out before you really get super involved with people. Anyway, Chrissy, we're on to you now, I believe. And then I'm going to shuffle these one more time. I feel intuitively I must. So, and I can change my camera a bit too, because it was, you could see the river back there before. So, um, now not so much. It's in the dark. I say Madam After Dark, but now it's after dark anyway. So Madam's always after dark. Okay. So here's past, present, and future. All right. Looking good. I'm not quite ready to go running, screaming from the mosquitoes, but it's close. All right. So let's see. Usually they'll settle down. It's just that at the time of day I came out here and I should have known better, but I threw caution to the wind and then I had to pay for it. Okay, so the wheel is your first card. Uh-oh. What did I do with my, oh, here it is. The wheel is the first card, Wheel of Fortune, and it is not right side up. So, so in your recent past, it asks you to focus on what you can control when things feel chaotic. Are you refusing to let something come to an end or resisting growth? Everything is changing around you, which can feel uncomfortable, but this time of instability is temporary, and what is ending now will create space for something new to come in its place. And that's the way life is. They call it the law of attraction, but it's basically if you don't leave space for something to come into your life, where's it going to go? You have to leave that room for those things, So then it is the, no, it'd be 4. Um, Here we go. Oh, it's that one. Alrighty. So then it's okay, are you resisting indulging in celebration? Are you resistant to enjoy the fruits of your labor? And ask yourself why. Consider the present moment and find the joy that exists right now. Celebrate yourself in some small way to increase the flow of positive opportunities into your life. And I don't know what it indicates um, with as far because it's reverse, so I'm not sure what it indicates as far as a relationship, but that's what it's saying, just in general. And then you have the Magician, which is a great card, I think. It just is telling you to, realize your own magical power. And maybe that's the whole thing. See, it's not really about the love in your life. It's about you realizing your power, and it is you are the magician, and the elemental ingredients you need to be creative are always there at your fingertips. And then it's a reminder that you are more powerful than you know. Take action when inspired and focus on keeping each element in balance in your life. And so, let's see, you can manifest a wonderful relationship or reignite the spark within an existing one. Oh, you have everything you need to create the relationship of your dreams, regardless of your relationship status. Pay attention to balancing your emotions with your thoughts while remaining grounded and passionate. So there you go. So don't forget remain passionate and grounded and balanced, and in your relationship you'll be more successful as well. So there you go. And then Jasmine, would you like to have a reading? I would be happy to do that for you. So hey, Charles, how you doing? I'm glad Texas is still there. I'm gonna try and get a Texan on my show, maybe two of them, my cousins. And see if they want to come on and talk about some of the things that they're doing down there, some art projects and whatnot. And I think Paul has something to do with, he was maybe an Atlantean, and I'm not exactly sure I understand that 100%, but that's why I was going to have him come on and explain some of that. So, because it's a little bit, I guess you could think of it as paranatural or paranormal. I don't know anymore. It's like, are aliens really paranormal? I mean, it's like they're out there. We know they're out there. What's not normal about that? I do not know. So, anyway, are you still there, Jasmine? I would be glad to do your reading for you if you're still here. Otherwise, I was going to talk about your health. A subject everyone just can't wait to talk about, right? But uh, I have high blood pressure, and so I'm going to take my blood pressure real quick, and you guys get the chance to see that. So, and I'll explain a little bit about what's going on with that, because you know, doctors just come in and they stick a cuff on your arm, and you sit there for a minute or two, and it beeps, and then they take it off, and they say, oh, okay, and then they wander off, and that's about it. So I'll actually explain what I'm doing here, and give you guys an opportunity to ask any questions you like. All right. See, in this, I kind of, when I started this show, I really wanted it to be about what what people wanted to hear about, not just, well, I mean, I can go on and on all day about any number of subjects, but, I wanted it to be like what other people wanted to know. But I'm just going to keep going, and we'll see what happens. Oh, here it is. And boy, isn't this this is a fun word to spell. It's a sphygmomanometer. Sphygmomanometer. It's a good thing. And so then, this is my blingy stethoscope because you gotta have the bling everywhere you go. And so I'm gonna put this on real quick, and I'm gonna put this on real quick. It's not super easy to do on yourself, but it can be done. Of course, if it can be done, I'm gonna try. Well, we'll see if it's tight enough to make it happen. And we're sticking it on. It's a bit sweaty and sticky. All right, so here we go. That's probably not the greatest. It's like 150 over 90. not super great, but what that means is that the top number is the highest pressure within the system or within your arteries. The system is your blood vessels. And then the lower number is the lowest pressure. When that's like over 100, that means that is the lowest pressure that's ever within your arteries. And it's, the higher it is, like the more pressure it puts on your vascular system, and the more likely it is that you can have failure of said system, and then you can, have stroke or something like that. My only hope is if I have the stroke, I hope I have the big one. Like Fred Sanford used to say, it's the big one. I'm coming, Elizabeth. Yeah. Only with a stroke, I think you just kind of, zip. But my grandmother, she had a stroke, and then she lived for a long time after that. And I always thought to myself, gosh, I'd just take the big one and go. May I have the big one, please? So anyway, a little bit high on the blood pressure. Got to avoid the sodium. Been trying. It's tough. And really, my cat. Oh no, I think he's fighting back there. I heard some cat sounds, cat-like noises. I think Bob's going to get in a fight tonight again. Bob's terrible about that. He's such a bully, really, and it doesn't make me happy, but he's a cat and I can't keep him in. Good golly. Keeping Bob in is like it's the impossible task, because every chance he gets, he's gone. I mean, and he's fast, for an old guy. He's not that old. I have a spotlight. I'm going to go shine on them if I hear any more out of them. I always remember the bucket of water on the cats. No. No, I don't want to do that. Go away. Updates, no. Oh. Are you kidding? It's trying to do an update. Now I'm going to really get mad. 2 seconds because I know I set that thing not to go off. Here we go. Close window. Okay, good. Because I know I set it not to do it during these hours, of course. Damn technology. Damn that technology. It just is, it's crazy anymore. The thing, everything you have to do online, everything, whether or not you know how. And I suppose it's gotten everyone up to speed at some point because, man, they're tough. I should have brought the electric fly swatter. That thing is fun. You zap the fly with it. I'd tell you a story, but then things would get mad at me, so I'm not going to do it. Come back on Wednesday night, and I'll tell you the story of what I did with the electric fly swatter and some copper wire. Because you can split it, you can short them out. So then when it touches somebody, it'll shock them right away. And, because how it works on a bug is the bug is small enough to go through these little grates on the outside of it, and it gets to the middle of the wire, the middle wire, and then it gets shocked. I suppose it's for safety. But anyway, yeah. And so if you short it out with a piece of copper wire, bada bing. All you got to do is touch it on somebody and hold the button, and you get a shock. It's pretty awesome, really. And I got another big jar of bubbles. So, yeah, bubbles are to come. Because you got to feed your inner child. It's always important. And so anyway, I got the box. And inside the box. Oh no, I let it out. Let's see. No, it's oracle cards. We'll pick an oracle card. I guess last time I picked one of these for someone, it was really it really came true. Well, it hit close to home. That was what it was. He said, "Why, yes, that does hit very close to home." So, these are great oracle cards. They are the Sacred Earth Oracle cards. I like them, and they have just lovely pictures on them. And so we'll just pick one and see what that has to say. And then I may have to run from mosquitoes. We'll do the oracle card, and I think I'm going to cut and run, folks. So, but let's see. We're going to pick one, and this is for everyone still watching, and anyone that's going to watch, and anyone that's that's hanging around. This is for all of us right now. It's going to be something that's going to be profound and meaningful. So it is brilliance. Oh, brilliance. Brilliant, then. That's brilliant. So let's look at brilliance. And okay. It's right in front because it's a B. Brilliance. Here we go. It says, its earthly meaning is an underlying fear of success. New ideas threaten old ways. Positive change respects the past and the future. Put your thinking cap on and brainstorm. Step outside of conformity and well-meaning advice. Creative energy is generated through conversation and play. Be prepared for loud applause and the accompanying criticism. Experimentation recharges an interest. A sudden realization brings dramatic change. And then spiritual meaning is an inspirational thought flows into your heart and something new is born. You are focused, inspired, and intuitively guided towards success. Much is accomplished with seemingly little effort because the force of love and purpose is on your side. Your work and energy shall touch the hearts of many. Embrace your mental brilliance as part of your light. And then insight is lightning repeatedly striking the vapor and gases present on the surface of the young earth produced amino acids, the building blocks of protein, and the fundamentals of life. Lightning literally provided the spark of all life on earth, but we are afraid of it. And for good reason. Lightning is many times hotter than the surface of the sun. Despite this, people and animals can be struck by lightning and survive. When lightning strikes, the surrounding air heats and expands so quickly that it creates great claps of thunder. Most lightning occurs within the clouds, but when it does ground, it can strike in the same place twice and often strikes the same place many times over. Ideas can feel dangerous. Not everyone or not everything we think up is destined for this time and place. Just like lightning, most ideas will never ground, but when they strike the right mix of elements, they can be world changing. Once one idea strikes, once one idea strikes, it increases the chances many more will follow. Generate brilliance. So give birth to those good ideas and, think of ways that you can change your world and for those around us for the better. And, put those ideas to work and really make things better for you and your neighbor and just, your area and yourself. And always, you know, be good to one another, but always be good to yourself first. So that is my best advice to you. And it is mosquito heaven out here. So I'm going to jump and run. It's been wonderful hanging out with you guys, though. I hope everyone has a super duper night and a great Tuesday. And I'll see you again on Wednesday night for Madam After Dark. And we'll get a little bit naughty. Blessed be.